Alright, court case time. Let's get into it, Shane. This is gonna be something. Let's hope it's good. Let's get in there. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself? Well, yeah, Pearls. I don't have any other friends. Morning, Pearls. Oh, Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's gonna happen to Mr. Mario? I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation's still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple. Oh, I see. So, is Sister Irys still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall? No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court. Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby? I have to admit, it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Irys, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Huh? Edgeworth? What's Irys doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Irys is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. What?
Huh?
What? Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I've heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? I thought it was Godot. I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. Yes, clearly Godot. Come on, guys, come on. What? And then who is? Come on, Phoenix. Are you really this dumb? Come on. Literally, the guy.
Idiot.
Yeah, Ash was like, it's me, moron. Literally, Godot just told you yesterday, I'm gonna see you in court tomorrow. I'm gonna fuck you up. Come on, Phoenix. Who else will be but Godot? Godot. Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night, trying to remove those trick locks. Damn, look at her, man. She's actually real nice on the inside. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly, and that we see some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. I guess it'll be a pretty easy case if he can get the witness to be like, I did it.
Slam dunk.
You don't have to tell me that. I actually think that is what's gonna happen, Shane. She's gonna go up on the stand, she's gonna be like, yeah, I did it. And then we have to prove that she didn't do it. Even though the witness herself is like, yeah, I did it.
Wasn't that the DLC case for the
That
most
was
part?
the DLC case, yes. We're gonna do it again. We're doing it again. She's gonna go up there and be like, I did it. And then we have to prove that she didn't do it. That she's lying.
I mean, technically this is the first, and canonically this will be the first time.
Yeah, touche. I can really see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today will be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you passed your code on to someone else, literally. And with that, I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Oh, he called us a partner. Thanks. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Lise Duxanum. No, I mean Miss Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman's really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Let's go! Damn, Shane. You don't get to voice anybody today. What a shame.
Whoa.
Oh, we got our regular judge back. Court is now in session for the trial of Irys in Hazakura Temple. Your Honor, what are you... You know, if you think about it, we haven't seen Phoenix or Godot in court for a long time. Because Chapter 4, neither of them were in the court, because it was a flashback. And then the whole beginning of this chapter was Azure versus Von Karma. Francesca, you know? It's been like a really long time since I've seen both of them in court. Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers? That explains a lot. See, I told you, Shane. Judges are the nurse choice of this world. You didn't believe me. My poor brother from Canada. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. There's the coffee drink, baby. Anyway, we missed this. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end anyways. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our heart changes with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. It's that Phoenix Wright sucks. The very darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean... forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today she has had a change of heart. Sister Irys of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Irys. Why didn't she discuss it with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Irys. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple, and I'm a murderer. Is there something that you want to confess to? Yes, but first I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Dusanim? No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise, and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
Wow, that's a long place.
That's a long
far
place.
To carry.
Oh, order in the court. Order! What witness? Are you saying that you were an accomplice to the murder? Yes, that's correct. What? 3 minutes in court, I'm already covered with a cold sweat. Everyone's on the planet is an accomplice of something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? Grr, that Godot. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Irys' testimony was all a lie. His testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Wow. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? I was covering for someone? Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. I've been to Hazakuro Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakuro Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the Ming family. I'm sorry, but Ming family? Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique. Mystic Maya Faye. God damn it. Here we go, baby. It's the Maya she's not even here. Maya's not even here, and we're discussing whether she did it or not. Huh?
What?
Wake up and smell the coffee, right? She's naming Maya. Well, there we go, Shane. Let's check it off. Let's check it off. It's my accusation. It's official now. Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer? I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her. That's ridiculous. Maya could never do such a... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime? Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected. But I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. She's not even here, Shane. We're talking about whether she did it. I went to the Aaron Temple that night and saw all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Irys strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Irys moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. So it was in self-defense? Yes, Mystic Irys was the one who attacked first. That's why
time to revenge. Try to eliminate the main branch. Time to take care of the branches.
That's why I try my best to protect Mystic Maya. You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday. The Irys never went to the Aaron Temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Irys even admitted it. Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, let's do this. Went to the Aaron Temple that night. I saw all happen in the garden. Sister Irys, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the Aaron Temple. Objection. Did you now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? It was the Aaron Temple. It was the Aaron Temple training hall. A private conversation between the two does not seem to constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness? I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? Phoenix laughs.
What?
Huh? I didn't want to be the one to break it to you, that I saw her commit murder. There, we all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue the testimony. Also, Phoenix, you were dating a 16-year-old? That's kind of fucked up. What did you witness in the Temple Garden?
Hey, she's 18 now.
Yeah, you right. You right. She's 18 now.
He just waited for her.
Alright, maybe we should stop. Alright, I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya? I mean, Miss Faye? Yeah, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was gonna collapse. What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting? I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock. That's perfectly understandable, my dear. This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. What happened after that? And my heart was still stumbling as I moved in to deliver a fatal strike. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger. A dagger, huh?
A cane sword is just like a really long, elaborate dagger.
And Elise Duxenum tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye? Yes, exactly. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. I totally butchered that word.
Worcestershire.
Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Irys's testimony? Yes. We know that she has a cane sword. Your Honor, I have a small problem with that witness's testimony. You do? But this witness is your own client. Yeah, well, nevertheless. That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Yes, sir. Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Shut up, old man. Oh, listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. By my judge. Okay, now, let's continue. She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe. Is it really... Do we re-pull out the cane sword this early on? I thought it would be more important later.
Like a big
yeah. But it sounds like they're leading us towards using the...
Yeah, you might as well.
She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger. Should we push it first or should we just go for it?
I think you could just go for it.
Alright, let's go for it. Sister Irys, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Duke's not throwing her staff away. It makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone.
It would still hurt.
Yeah, it would. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Irys, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. Ah. If Elise Duxenum really had wanted to kill Maya Faye, she wouldn't have need to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already.
Phoenix, why did you withhold this information?
Well, Sister Irys, what do you have to say? Alright. That was an impressive bit of investigating, Wright. I never would have thought that there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? Huh? A long sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well... Anyways, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument. Well, Mr. Wright, I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Duxnell would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey.
Are we accusing someone? Profile?
No. Because Miss Elise Duxnell would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. This beautiful sketch Larry made. Look at that. I'm
thinking it's gonna be a profile.
Oh, is it because we're trying to say that she's her mom?
Yeah. Is that what her description says on her own profile?
Maya's mother.
Yep. Real name.
Misty Fey. Elise Duxnell would never attack Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name is not Elise Duxnell. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey? No, not Misty Fey. What? Who is this Misty Fey? She related to Misty Fey is the master of the crane channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Is it really true? Mr. Wright? Was Elise Duxnell actually the great mystic Misty? There's no doubt about it. It looks like Irys had no idea. I can hardly believe it. Well, you better start believing. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Maybe she just hates Maya. You know, that if you're away for 17 years, that that would say you hate him. I would say.
No, I'm the only master.
Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seems natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to a death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing. Yeah? What is this one little possible thing? You still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
Oh.
You're gonna ruin your health, my friend. Anyways, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Oh? Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. There is?
Whoa.
Kodo's like, there is?
Huh?
What? Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
You see, Phoenix, the twist is I can only see red.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree.
I couldn't see that from my graphic.
Yeah, the game didn't render that in. When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
That, what?
Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. In any case, the courts will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I ordered that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to a crime lab for testing immediately. Dagger. Now then. The testimony we just heard has numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Cute girls never lie. Ever. Except if it's Phoenix X.
It wasn't a cute girl, as I enjoy my 17th cup of coffee.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to the court. About what, Your Honor? About the incident you saw. The battle between the two women. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with a staff. But then she dodged Mystic Elite's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed. That was a very heartbreaking story. I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore. That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination. Stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with a staff. Irys, where were you standing when you witnessed all this? What do you mean? Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle. I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the garden stone lantern. I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark where the two of them were, so I think that's why they didn't see me. So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. No, it wasn't. Tell me, what did Miss Ma Fei do after she was struck? Then she dodged Miss Lily's next attack and stole her weapon. What happened to the victim's staff then? I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think I knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated. That makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger. Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground. And then at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up. Nothing sounds especially strange yet. What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her? I think it was the one on the defensive. We're back to the stone lantern. You're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim? Yeah. But Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger. I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at night point is just silly and goofy. Also, I have no idea where we're supposed to attack, Shane, in this testimony. As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome. You were the one who started. Anyways, so after Maya Fey backed the victim to the stone lantern, what happened next? That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Irys. Oh, we got a cool picture now. That's when Mystic
What kind of evidences do we have?
Scroll, photo. The only thing I can think of is the talisman. Because why would it be like so far away if this was how it went down? Right? I have no idea where we're supposed to attack with that.
What does their autopsy say? Lots of blood from a stab in the back. In the back, Neng. And fell 10 feet after death.
I see. Right here, right? That's when, okay.
Stabbed. And then it shows her approaching from the front.
Gotcha! Something about you just isn't right today, Irys. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake, or to be a liar. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct? Yeah, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Or the face.
Or the face. Or maybe Maya's actually fucking psychotic and she went for the throat, you know. Who knows what Maya can do when she has a dagger? Yeah, I think so. But according to the autopsy report that Edgeworth just updated me with 3 minutes ago, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Irys, it appears Narcia Doll was brought from your testimony. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? It's simple. She teleported behind her. People are like books. We've all got a front and a back, you catch my drift? Is that all you have to say? I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. Could you please knock it out with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff? The people fighting being mother and daughter? And now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. There certainly are some inconsistencies. Well, Irys, how about it? Well, it's just... If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said? Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself. The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and that she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Light. By the way, did you know? Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is in the air temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in that garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening. Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Wright? No.
Lanterns are on.
Oh, damn. We're the ones screaming. Order, order, order. Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern to evidence. Maybe it'll rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Oh, we got a stone lantern. I can't believe they carried that all the way here. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? This lantern, there's something written on it. Huh? He doesn't see it. I love these colorblind jokes.
What a dootin'.
What? Why? It's written in blood. Oh boy, here we go. So the judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood? It says Maya upside down.
I thought he was gonna say I woo.
Well, what the? Oh yeah, that's right. After being cornered and stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body. It certainly looks that way. Hang on just a minute, hold up. What are you all talking about? What do you mean, what are we all talking about? We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday.
I can't see red.
My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles in my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Well, I didn't even know that there was a message there, so, well, Mr. Godot? Okay then. Let's move on. Godot is literally shaking, and somehow, I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. I believe it has now been established that Miss Duke's nun was killed by Maya Fey. I always knew she would do it. That's just wrong. Now it's time to turn our attention to you. Yes, sir. After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. What did you do? After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Crane tradition. So I removed the body from the Iron Temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... I used the Shujishito to alter the way the wound looked. So you moved the body? Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal thanks to the Fei clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Duxanon was actually Mystic Fae. And I committed a terrible sin. A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor. I intend to return to the Iron Temple after taking care of the body. But you were spotted by the head nun, correct? Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back. Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Where do we attack? After Mr. Elise died, called out to Mystic Maya. So you waited until everything was over before making a move? No, it's not like that. She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid. Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth for each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit there quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion. Isn't it your job as the judge to mediate the argument? It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she done. That was my duty to protect the future master of the Crane tradition. So then, you knew? You knew that the significance of the name Maya Fey? Yes, of course I did. That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position. Anyways, she was a very special person indeed. So I removed the body from the Iron Temple by myself. Why did you do that? Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene. You moved the body all by yourself? Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. The snow, huh? Dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. There's a lack of blood trails, you know. It's pretty amazing you can make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge. It looks worse than it is. Surprisingly sturdy despite its age. It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple code. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River?
What?
It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple. I thought that would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. I mean, no body is better than a body, Irys. Come on. Crime 101. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible. Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyways, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? I used the snowmobile to carry back to Hazakura Temple. Wait a What time did she die, supposedly? 10 to 11. When did the bridge start going on fire?
Weather report.
10:45. Damn, that's plenty of time to drag the body across before the lightning struck. That's what I was thinking. Alright, we keep going. The snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later. Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge. This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Well, yeah, remember? There was only one track. So she couldn't have drove it there and back. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yeah, naturally you would expect tracks. This picture that was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Really? You don't? Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple. I see. Snow was still falling, huh? And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh looking tracks. How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony? It's very important. There is something big here. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped? That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I like the statement Irys just made added to a testimony, so I can attack it. But does that have something to do with the case? All will be made clear if you allow our statement to be added to a record. This should be fun. You. Let's get the snow business cleared up, shall we? I'm sick of talking about tracks. Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the snow already stopped.
Weather report.
I mean, take a look at that, huh? Yeah, snow. 7 to approximately 10:50. Oh, because the snow. No, it was still snowing, right? 7 to 10:50. That's when it snowed. Yeah, there's a big inconsistency here. She says by the time the murder happened, the snow already stopped, right? So it had to have been past 10:50, correct? If her story is true, right?
Yes.
But if it's already past 10:50, then there wouldn't be a bridge there, because it's on fire.
Yep. It was well within that 30 minutes.
About murder, the snow was already stopped. Really? It's not that? Interesting. Let's see. Okay.
Is that a different statement for that?
By the time the murder took place, the snow already stopped. Well, I guess we can press it. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true? Yeah, I am. When the murder happened, the snow already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear. That's right. I'm certain of it. They have trapped her. This time. I see how you think. Snow, huh? What is going on here? If the snow really has stopped by the time of the murder, you mean that there's a bigger whole story than that movie, The Great Revelations? I've never heard this movie before. Well then, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather, at the end of your index finger. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Irys is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. After Miss Elise died, I Oh, damn, we have to find a statement. Attack, yeah. Move the body by myself. Try to get across me. Try to get behind me all the way across this position.
Oh, she wouldn't be able to drag it, it'd be on fire.
But we were trying to use the same logic for...
Yeah, but this is a different statement.
I dragged all the way across Dusky Bridge?
Yeah.
The weather data still?
I think so, because it brings up the lightning strike.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was actually thinking that we should present Larry's picture. It's like, look at this picture. How could you drag the body across this thing here?
I flew across.
Oh yeah, she's like, just look at that picture. I flew, obviously, duh. You claim that the snow already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Irys. That just is impossible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you could have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. What? Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down. What? But it can't be. Looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No! Order! The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the Iron Temple is already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. But I can fly. Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying, I will find you contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself? The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lies or not doesn't mean squat right now. Just a squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yeah, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Irys Duxanim was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Irys desecrating Irys Duxanim's body. He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy. You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy? It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, try. Maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across the burnt out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Will this be our final testimony? Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Wow, great testimony. Was the snow
still... we needed to hear. You're free to go.
Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there's a way to cross a burning bridge? So it's just a misunderstanding. I see. You're free to go. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. It certainly was burned to a crisp. And anything sus about this picture?
Oh my god, it's Larry's photo.
Well, we can. We'll probably get this picture.
The support beams. In his drawing, they're on top.
No, oh no, Larry. One of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
That's how she got across. She broke on the suspensions and Tarzaned across.
That'd be so wild. Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. Okay, we'll have to take a look at it. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. It might all be accused of murder. Again. For the 4th time. Try it. I'm gonna say it one more time. It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the error of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
And to pirate is to R.
Alright, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. Okay, other than walking the bridge, there's no other way to move the body. I mean, yeah. So I might have just gotten confused. But you seem to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow already stopped. I'm terribly sorry, I was wrong. Does she really think an apology is gonna get her off the hook?
Oopsies.
Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Man, Irys, you're turning to Godot. Getting all philosophical on us now. This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today?
Yes.
Huh?
It's clear.
Well, naturally, it was, you see, it's not that easy to remember, is it, loser?
Idiot. Bad memory.
But if it had been some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation.
Objection.
No, it wasn't.
No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Troy. What?
Dwight, you are so silly.
What? It was a happy day for me. What do you mean, trauma? By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire.
Look at this children's drawing.
Oh, are you saying there's a way to cross a burning bridge? I think we present it here, but how? What do we present?
Larry's sketch. You just simply fly over.
Just simply fly over. There's a way to cross a burning bridge. Is it really Larry's sketch?
Yeah, that's how you get across.
You throw it over?
Or throw it under.
Throw it under? Yes.
Even though they're like,
But how does the person... How does the perpetrator get across?
By Tarzaning, Neng. Or one of the snapped cables.
Oh, okay. Let's look at this photo. Oh my god. What if the reason why Larry thought she was flying was because she was tied onto the rope and she was swinging. The body was swinging. Her. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. And then that's what he's seen underneath?
Yeah, he saw her saw the body or her swinging underneath with that suspension cable as a way to cross it. But because he was upside down, he saw her flying. He thought he saw her flying.
That makes sense.
Man, we really doing Larry's sketch, huh?
Do it.
Look at this beautiful painting.
Look at this drawing graph.
A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on attacking. Go. My strongest tool. Mr. Elise Duxon's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Lorix Duxonim. Brilliant? Highly gifted? Apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony. That night he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Actually, this is the first time any of them have seen this sketch.
No.
Yes.
No, they've seen it. They were all making fun of him. Or was that
no,
in the investigation?
The judge was different. It was Edgeworth. It was Francisca. This is the first time all of them have seen this sketch. See? Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? He has to convince 3 new people of this sketch because they all never seen it before. And you use this pathetic scribble to support your argument. Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Well, Wright, there's nowhere for you to hide now. You're getting real desperate looking at children's drawings. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm gonna prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down.
Huh?
Huh? Like this bridge?
Like this drawing?
Like this drawing? If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Upside down? Why they could all say that? Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Laura's name is...
Exactly
what happened, yeah. Or are we supposed to say it's a contradiction because it's not flying? Sketch. I think it's a contradiction because we're trying to say that's the reverse of what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a contradiction, right? Or do you think that we're supposed to select exactly what happened and then
I think you actually might be right.
Complete
because it's a contradiction, it's because it's exactly the opposite of what happened.
Yeah. Something's obviously funny about this sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I meant, Your Honor. Lord Zuxman stated over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Troy. So what exactly contradicts reality as we know it? The flying, right?
Yeah.
This flying figure, naturally. After all, people haven't learned to fly yet. Or did I miss something? Mr. Wright, that answer just now. It was lethal. What? We got it wrong? Mr. Wright, after dragging us all the way to this point, that answer was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, I'm actually blushing. Blushing only suits women, not the elderly. Anyways, what now?
The suspension? No?
Yeah? Maybe? Look, we know what's up. We know what's upside down. I don't know how we're trying to get there, but we all know the answer. Okay, okay, let's look at this picture. Is it the suspensions? You could be the suspensions.
Oh, yeah, try that.
I know, let's compare it to the picture.
I mean...
Where's that bird picture?
And then the drawing, they're on the top.
Oh, it is the suspension, yeah, and the drawing down the top, yeah. Your Honor, give me another chance. You know what you're saying this time? Yeah, he stayed over and over. The sketch was like he saw it. However, if we believe testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality. Because of the suspension.
Yeah? What did he even point to?
The wire.
I know, but that's bad.
Is this wire connected to the bridge? The wire? Another point lost. Is that the thing that contradicts reality?
Yeah?
Yeah, it is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with.
The bridge photo.
Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality.
Oh, yeah,
the picture,
just the picture.
The picture.
Well, bam.
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge, jumping Jehoshaphat, the wires are below the guard wires. Puh. Order! The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, is it unlikely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps he just drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Irys, I admit mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Irys was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Hamley Hall waiting for a lover that was never gonna come. Damn. He waited and waited and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Irys must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back? I can't see how that relates. But it does, Your Honor. That's the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. What? No way. Irys Duxton witnessed this event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. So then, this sketch could actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Irys Duxton's sketch is like this. Flip. Oh, I thought they were gonna just spin the JPEG around.
Like with PowerPoint effects.
Yeah. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous. Order. Of all the things to say, a pendulum? The bridge was burned to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done. Let's think about this for a minute, shall we?
No.
Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead. The lightning strike that night could only be an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
The photo again?
The photo again! And the meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. What? This is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchors. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire on Irys Duxton's body.
Slammed it right into that wall. Wow.
Damn.
Damn. Oh, and that's where the 10-foot fall came from.
That? Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Go. Mr. Godot. It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee to answer my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available are very high. So I suppose it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection.
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Try it. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Yeah, this thing. 10 foot after death. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the only one that was in front of the Iryn Temple. So then, that was the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now let's consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that to suggest her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but they came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this bloodstained amethyst crystal.
Bloodstained?
It's the... bloodstained? It's the one that came off of Ms. Elise Dusnum's staff. And even more important, it's the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed. I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found... Actually, I can't believe we didn't pick up on that. It was found there. Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum will arrive given the right amount of speed. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. Yeah, provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Ow. Mr. Wright. I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot? That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Wright. But you forgot about one thing. Oh, and what would that be? The aroma. Huh? A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more? If the criminal has sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, trite? Oh shit. Mr. Godot's correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice. Very well then. If you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
Her sister.
But is this really the moment to bring that out? Who's the person who see the body?
Irys?
I'm like, I think Irys was the one to receive the body.
Yeah.
The person that did the killing is her sister, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, because she helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, she moved it. Yeah, so it was her.
It can only be you, Sister Irys. Huh? But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way you transfer the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini can never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it. That's right. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the Iron Temple Garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath. I am forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Irys, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Oh, mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge using this shitty drawing. Which means that it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. I just stood there at the cliff and a body just came at me. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Irys to begin with. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What? What kind of nonsense is this? The judge would be so lost right now. It's like, what do you mean she's not who she is? You're saying this witness isn't Irys of Hazakura Temple? Are you serious, Wright? You mean that this woman is? There's no one besides Irys that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is...
Misty.
Ciao. You know, I was actually thinking, like, it'd be cool if they did some switching shenanigans in the middle of court just to throw us off. And they are doing that, so that's pretty cool. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. You fucking whore. I don't see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne. My ex-girlfriend. Huh?
My cool ex-girlfriend? Wait.
Hawthorne? Sister Irys had a twin sister. And you're looking at her. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. The name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now. That case, 5 years ago. I was the judge, I remember. My name is Alice Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Woo! The honor's all mine. Remember painting with hair? Remember painting hair? This is the last time I'm gonna probably see Pain in this game, Shane. Treasure his looks. With his beautiful hair.
His floppy.
Yep. No, the honors are mine. But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. Damn, that's kind of metal. Well, what?
That means I can kill myself, and I'll be fine.
I mean, you know, a criminal did before.
All right.
Order. Well, wait a moment. How can you? My sister, she's already dead. What kind of? Shut up, bitch. I know how you talk. You people should already understand. After all, the blood of Master Crane Challenge technique flows within that body. The Crane Challenge technique? Now, where have I heard that? That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne yourself. You're the spirit Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy the Dahlia that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Irys was. Well, if you're gonna put things that way, then yes. We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written here in these instructions. What's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. I like how Phoenix is just like not holding any of this information back anymore. He's just unloading it all. That night, there were 2 Iryses at Hazakura Temple. Two of them? Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Irys was seen before dinner time. That means that the Irys that was at dinner was the real Irys. And the Irys who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Irys. Meaning that the Irys Sister Bikini saw the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's only one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Irys. What? What? Calm down, remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to a lightning strike. Yes, we're trying to follow his logic, yes. Dahlia would be on the other side, right?
What?
It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Irys that received the body was the real Irys. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Irys in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yeah, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Ooh, thank goodness. Also, we have to now prove that this is Dahlia. It looks like he's finally convinced. But something still seems off. way off. I'm still not convinced that the Irys here is the same one from the other night. Oh, the earthquake. They could have switched.
Or released, yeah. Switch, release, yeah.
Huh. Suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real Irys and the spirit Dahlia somehow switch places. So switch places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Irys doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. Which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Irys to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, there was one. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh, explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Irys' whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Irys was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move around free like that? I'm sorry.
Prosecutor.
I know you didn't mean to, it wasn't your fault. The person who gave Irys the chance to freely move about was, damn, I can't believe we're picking Edgeworth. Wild. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. We're still homies. This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake? Earthquake, Earthquake! Oh my goodness! Now I have 4 voices! Man, every time we go with Bikini, she's getting a new voice. That's crazy. Went to Aaron Temple right away. And it's true, Irys was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the train hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough for you, Mr. Wright. You sound like a lunatic right now. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling. Oh, be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. What? That voice? Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. And you know what? At least he keeps that consistent.
Yep.
That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne. My current profession? Permanently retired. Damn. So you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. You know? True. She's spitting facts. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. I'm fucking dead. What is going on here?
Double dead.
Kill her again. Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. And I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, all ended. For her and for myself. Oh damn, that's where it ends? Crazy! This is a court case. Has a court case ever cliffhanger in the middle of it before?
That's why it's the last one.
Damn, crazy.